Once you understand this about women, you'll never get played again. Men, here's the truth nobody told you. It's not about being richer. It's not about being better looking. It's not about being more alpha. It's about learning how women actually experience reality. Have you ever been blindsided? One day she's all in, telling you how much she cares, laughing at every joke, and holding your hand like you're her world. Then suddenly, almost overnight, she's cold, distant, and pulling away. You're left spinning, trying to decode what just happened, like you're solving a puzzle with missing pieces. The truth is, most men lose this game not because they're unworthy, but because they never understood the rule book. The rules aren't written in any dating manual or locker room advice. They're hidden in the way women think, feel, and process reality. And once you grasp this, you'll never get blindsided again. The first mistake men make is assuming that logic runs the show. You think if you provide, stay faithful, and remain consistent, her feelings will naturally stay locked in. But here's the reality. Women don't experience relationships primarily through logic. They experience them emotionally. That's why a woman can love you 1 month and feel nothing the next. It doesn't mean she lied. It means her emotions shifted, and her emotions are what guide her sense of connection. If you only focus on logical boxes checked, good job, loyal, reliable, you may still lose her heart. What she's looking for is how you make her feel in the present moment. A man's attraction to a woman is often steady. If he finds her attractive on day 1, he'll likely find her attractive 10 years later. For women, attraction is more fluid. It rises and falls based on how she feels in your presence. If you make her feel safe, cherished, and emotionally alive, attraction grows. If you neglect emotional connection, ignore her signals, or stop showing up with presence, attraction fades, even if you haven't changed much externally. This explains why men feel blindsided. You think, but I'm the same guy I've always been. The problem is, she's not asking you to change who you are. She's asking you to stay engaged with who she is becoming. Women want to feel pursued not just in the beginning, but throughout the relationship. Here's something most men miss. To women, attention is the currency of love. It's not about buying gifts or saying, I love you once a week. It's about your attention, undivided, intentional, present. When you look at her and really listen, when you notice her mood without her saying a word, when you carve time out of your busy day to be with her fully, that's when she feels secure. But when your attention drifts toward work, your phone, or even other women, she feels bankrupt. And that emotional bankruptcy creates distance. The guy who keeps his woman isn't always the richest, tallest, or most charming. He's the man who understands the value of his focused presence. Another core truth: women crave security. And it's not just financial security, it's emotional and relational security too. She wants to know that you're stable, consistent, and protective of the relationship. Respect plays a huge role here. If she feels disrespected, dismissed, or undervalued, security vanishes. This doesn't mean becoming a pushover or agreeing with everything she says. In fact, standing firm with integrity is part of what creates security. A woman respects a man who knows who he is and won't compromise his values. Respect is not about control. It's about showing that you value her voice while also standing strong in your own. Women are intuitive, but they also pay attention to patterns. A man can talk endlessly about his feelings, his dreams, or his intentions, but if his actions don't align, she'll eventually tune out. Consistency is king. If you say you'll call, call. If you promise to be there, show up. When your actions back your words, you build trust. When they don't, you plant doubt. And doubt kills attraction faster than anything. So, why do some men keep getting played? It's because they mistake interest for investment. A woman may enjoy your company, accept your attention, and even flirt, but that doesn't mean she's truly invested in you. Some women will take what they can get without giving much in return. It's not always malicious. Sometimes they're confused about their own feelings. But here's the key. Once you understand that women experience reality emotionally, you'll stop chasing mixed signals. You'll stop pouring yourself into someone who isn't reciprocating. You'll learn to step back and read the truth in her actions, not just her words. That's how you stop getting played. Presence is what draws a woman in. Boundaries are what keep you from being used. When you combine the two, you become unshakable. A man who is fully present but also unwilling to tolerate games commands respect. He doesn't get strung along because he knows his worth. He doesn't fear losing a woman because he understands that his value isn't dependent on her approval. Ironically, this is what makes women stay. When she sees that you're attentive, but also strong enough to walk away if necessary, she feels both cherished and safe. That combination is rare and powerful. At the end of the day, women aren't impossible to understand. They just experience reality differently. They live in a world of emotions, connection, and presence. When you ignore that, you get blindsided. When you understand it, you thrive. It's not about being richer. It's not about being better looking. It's not about being more alpha. It's about knowing how women think and feel. Once you get this, you'll stop getting played. Not because you've mastered tricks or tactics, but because you finally understand the rulebook that was hidden all along.